everyone. We're back for another exciting episode of Alaka'i, the podcast. We're your hosts, Pim and Myco, and we have a really good topic today. If you are participating in Great Idea this year and or interested in business in general, this podcast is for you. But before we introduce our guests, if you haven't listened to our previous episode, please do so on Buzzsprout, YouTube, and Spotify. And with that, let's go on with our guests. Can we ask both of you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Talesha Jensen, and I am a business management major, majoring in marketing and supply chain, and I'm from West Jordan, Utah.
And I'm Jonah. I'm from Pueblo West, Colorado. I'm currently a sophomore, and I'm majoring in applied mathematics.
Okay, nice to meet you guys. It's so nice to have you here with us for today's episode. Welcome to our podcast, and we are here to talk about the Willis Center for International Entrepreneurship. We have here Jonah, one of the people behind Willis Center and our winner last year for Great Ideas, Talesha. So to begin with, we want to know more about the Willis Center. Can you tell us more about it?
Sure thing. So the Willis Center, actually a lot of people don't know what the Willis Center is. We've asked students before, and some of them think it's a building. It's not a building. It's a sub-department under the business and government faculty. And what it is it's the exact thing that it says in the name. It's an entrepreneurship center. And so the main focus of the Willis Center is to provide skills for students that they can take past school into their field of study. And so what are those skills? We have a lot of opportunities during the Great Ideas and some of the competitions, which we'll talk about later, that help those students learn a lot. And so that's the basis. That's the basics of what the Willis Center's focus is. And so, yeah.
Okay. How has it evolved over the years, I guess?
So the Willis Center's been around a long time. Of my knowledge, it was founded around 2004 to 2006. And so it's not something like super new. I'm pretty new working there, but based on what I know, at one point it was a business paper. And so you send in a paper of what your great idea is, and the winner of that paper gets a prize. And of course, over many years, it's evolved into what the competition now is today, which is more of a business plan, pitch deck that you submit.
Okay. Glad to know that. Do you happen to know how does it support BYU-Hawaii students in the local community as well?
Yeah. And so the Willis Center competition is focused on all students. It's not just for
Business management students.
The reason why we say that is because the skills you learn with the competitions apply to all fields of study. Entrepreneurship, that's one of the many things that we learn when you join the competitions, but you also learn skills like how to communicate with people, because you're constantly talking with people when you go to events. And for example, with the Great Ideas competition, if you make it to the semifinals, there's something called a booth showcase where you have to present your great idea to judges. And so you got to be able to pitch yourself. You got to be able to present yourself. And that's a skill set that will go on past college when you're trying to get a job in any career, whether you're a business major, a biology major, a peace building major. There will come a point in your life where you're going to be sitting in front of your future employer and you're going to want to be able to pitch yourself to them. And that's a skill set you can't just learn on YouTube or learn from reading a book. It takes practice.
Yeah.
And so the Willis Center provides that real in-person practice that isn't offered a lot elsewhere.
That's great to know. Thank you for the overview of the Willis Center. And do you happen to know what types of program or events does the Willis Center offer to students?
Yeah, so like I was saying earlier, we have the Great Ideas competition. That's one of them, and also Empower Your Dreams. Those are the two main competitions that we have. And yeah, the Great Ideas is the one in the fall semester. We have the Empower Your Dreams. That's in winter semester. And so those are the two big ones. There's also a couple scholarship opportunities that they hand out if you can submit those, but that's something else.
Um, how do you think the Willis Center helps students build practical skills for their future careers? I know you mentioned a while ago that it's like more of, speaking skills and networking skills, but what else does it help? Do you want to add on to this, Talesha? I mean, like you're one of the recipients, I guess, of the
Yeah,
Center.
for sure. I think one of the biggest things for me is you can read about all of the different skills and attributes someone has, but until you actually apply it in a real world scenario. And I think that was one of the best thing for me is that I was able to actually go and, kind of express how my product was going to change and, be beneficial to people. And so I just felt like having that real world experience just added so much more, and gaining the knowledge really, really helped.
Okay. Just going through with what you said. So for those who don't know, so Talesha was the winner last year for the Great Ideas competition. Can you tell us a little bit about the whole story, how you joined the contest and why you joined, I guess, and what changes did you see after you joined the contest?
Yeah. So I originally joined Great Ideas because I was in my beginning entrepreneurship class with Brother Wilson, and it was kind of pushed on us. It wasn't required for that class, but it was recommended that we do it. And previously, my husband had always done the Great Idea competitions, and he's always gone and he's seen them, and he really liked the whole system that they had. And so I decided to join. So you first start out and you have to create a pitch deck, and so that's basically like your business plan and like a slideshow presentation, and then you have to make a video, and then you submit that, and then from there they choose the semifinalist, which, as Jonah was saying earlier, that's when you go and you present in front of judges, and it's basically a giant booth showcase. So all the semifinalists, I think last year, there were 60 teams that made it to the semifinalists, and then you basically present to a bunch of different judges, and there's typically, so when I was in Great Ideas last year, there was 5 main judges and then a lot of other outside judges that kind of give their opinions. And so I think overall I had to give my pitch 8 different times to different judges. And then after that, they, go deliberate and they break it down to the top 10. But something else that's really cool about Great Ideas is when I made the semifinals, they also offer a networking night. And so all the judges, all the contestants, everybody go to the ballroom. They have little treats and stuff, and you can just network with everybody. So you're able to talk on a more personal level, even with your fellow competitors, which I thought was really cool. And I also got feedback from judges and even competitors as well, just about my idea and things. And then they announced the top 10. And so from there, the top 10, they do where we present in person for a 2-minute pitch, where you basically just want to make the best presentation of yourself. And so they do that, and then they eventually announce the top 3. And and then after, they had a really nice dinner for all the finalists, and we were able to talk even more personally with the judges. And then I exchanged a lot of contact information with them, and they showed a lot of interest in my idea. And so it was just a really great experience overall.
Can you tell us more about your business idea that you did? What was the inspiration behind the idea?
Yeah, absolutely. So my business is called Cadet. So Cadet, I want to create an emergency child's bracelet. So basically, it's going to be a bracelet with a QR code that can be scanned, that you can find emergency information, whether that's emergency contacts, medications, allergies, anything like that. In case of an emergency, that there's a way that someone is notified or they have knowledge of the issues going on with the child. And so my idea kind of came about because I saw a picture of my cousin at Disneyland, and she has a little boy with autism, and obviously they can get separated, and she didn't want that. So she decided to write her number on her little boy's arm in giant Sharpie. Oof. And I was like,
oh man.
I was like, there has to be a better way to go about it, because one, like, it's gonna smudge, and who knows, maybe he'll play with it. And I mean, people are going to be able to read it. It's not super private. So I was just like, yeah, there has to be a better way. And so that was my idea. And yeah.
Wow. Nice. And like, what skills did you learn when you participated in Grade? And I think you participated in Empower Your Dream too, right?
Yeah, I did.
Ooh.
Yeah.
So what was like,
you.
was it different?
Wow.
Like these two events, was it like the same or different? Like, what was your
Yeah.
experience?
So for Great Ideas, I did win first place. Empower Your Dreams, I made top 10. They were both amazing experiences. I will say, I mean, you have a whole different set of judges. So the actual experience was pretty similar, other than the fact that you had judges. But for me, for Great Ideas, it was pretty much my idea, pretty basic. I honestly had no idea what I was doing going into it. So it was pretty basic. And then for Empower Your Dreams, I developed it way further. I got prototypes, had a website, had like brochures, you know, like all these different things. But Great Ideas, it was strictly just the idea and how I presented it. So I felt like from the Great Ideas, one, it helped me build confidence a lot in myself and in my product and in my idea. And then two, I think I learned a lot more about myself, and that I actually am capable of doing a lot more. I guess that goes along with the confidence thing. And just, I feel like I, as a student, as a person, as a woman, like I have really good entrepreneurial skills that I want to further, and which I didn't know that about before. And so it's something that I really want to pursue and try to just keep going with that. Empower Your Dreams was great as well. Different set of judges, so different opinions, and honestly, I learned a lot. So yeah, making top 10, you know, going from first place to top 10 was kind of like, you know, a dagger to the heart, but I was like, wait, no, this is amazing. Like, they still loved my idea, and, you know, and yeah, it was just a great experience overall.
That's good.
You did talk about the skills that you've learned. Pim asked you about it. I was just wondering what initial feelings you had while you were like making the pitches because I hear a lot of numbers, you know, like 2-minute presentations and 10, like making it to the top 10 and like all these people involved in the whole thing. But I just wanted to know, like, initially how did you feel about all what was happening?
So originally, like I said, I kind of had no idea what I was doing. It was actually my like freshman year technically. Oh. I'm a transfer student, but I've never experienced. It was my very first semester here at BYU-Hawaii, so I've never experienced it or been through it. So I really had no idea. I was kind of feel like blinded in a way that I was like, I don't even know what you're supposed to put up at the booth showcase. Like, do I bring a poster? Do I put my PowerPoint on the table? Like, what do I do? And so there was a lot of like kind of fear and scared. But one of the things that I did that actually I think was the thing that could make it or break it for somebody is using my, you know, all the other people and like your mentors. So like I said earlier, I had the class with Brother Wilson, and so I went with him and I spoke with him, and he was so helpful and kind of broke everything down. And, you know, I went with him with just like, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I was really scared because I was like, I don't want to look like a fool in front of everybody, you know, like this is like big time thing, and a lot of people are going to be there, you know, there's going to be people that potentially want to invest in my product, or, you know, and I was like, I don't want to look like I'm unknowledgeable because I know I am. And so I did that, and that helped me build a lot of confidence. And then when I went into the actual presentation, I was nervous, but I was really like excited about my product and my idea. And then having that help with Brother Wilson backing it up before, I feel like it just gave me that little extra push to, you know, kind of make it go further. And I already am like a people person, and I can talk to a lot of people, so I think that helped, you know, that I was able to relay my message across the board easier. And so, yeah, but it was a lot of scared. You know, I was kind of like, I don't know. I was shocked to even make semifinals. Really shocked when I made the finalist. And then when I won, it was just surreal. Like, it was crazy. So, yeah, it's definitely a roller coaster of emotions, but it was so worth it.
Okay, glad to know that. I have a question for Jonah, actually.
Yeah.
So you did mention a while ago, I'm not sure if you mentioned this a while ago, but like a while ago outside. But you did say that you were new to the Willis Center and working there. I was wondering, because right now it's all happening at not at the same time, but you said during fall, Empower Your Dreams, or Great Ideas,
Great Ideas in fall
is happening.
Yeah.
And then the next semester, another competition is happening.
Yeah.
So how do you feel working there and being able to help and, you know, meet these students and these professors and just being involved in the whole community of the Willis Center? How did you feel and what things that you learned so far that's helping you?
You know, I would say I feel very privileged to be able to see so many skilled and hardworking students, as well as the staff at the Willis Center. And also grateful for all of the donors that allow the Willis Center to even operate. Without them, the Willis Center wouldn't exist. And when you're looking through all the presentations, it takes a lot of effort. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Like a lot of effort. 13 slides, 2-minute video. That's not something that, you know, is easy to do, especially when students have full course load, they're working, they got school, they got dating. And so when you take all of those factors into account, it really makes you realize, like, wow, these guys put in the effort. They put in the time. They grinded out the work necessary to make their presentation happen. And actually, what you were saying about Paul Wilson, that reminded me of something he said. Because I'm taking a class from him right now. And he told us you should focus on the experiences in your college because you're not going to remember all your assignments.
Oh, for sure.
And so it's like, because it's like, come on,
right
like,
now.
yeah, like right now, like, you know, this is an
tonight? I
experience.
don't know.
Literally, yeah, being here tonight, you know, talking on this podcast. And it's so true because, okay, I'm so busy with homework so much. But when you put something in your schedule, you'll figure it out. You'll make time to do your homework another time. From my freshman year, I don't remember a single assignment I did. I don't think I remember any of that, but I do remember the times that I had really amazing experiences with friends, or amazing experiences that, you know, teachers brought into the classroom. And so that's something that is a big emphasis with the Great Ideas competition. And one of the workers at the Willis Center, Elder Wadman, he had said during our introductory night, he said the success of the Willis Center or the success of the student in the competition isn't winning first place. The success is doing the business, doing the pitch deck. Because that experience is what you'll take with you. You know, yeah, if you win first place, you do get, you know, some prize money. But hey, that only lasts a couple months. You know, that lasts 3 or 4 months, and then that's gone. It's the experience which lasts long term.
So I actually want to add to that really fast. Something Paul Wilson did tell me when I was went to his office. He was like, I want you to know that more people are successful with actually starting their businesses that don't make top 10. And I was kind of like, oh, because apparently it puts that fire, you know, in your soul that you're like, wait, I want to prove these people wrong. And so even if you don't make top 10 or you don't win, you still can have such a successful business. And so, yeah, just as Jonah says, the experience is really what matters.
Yeah. And I think I agree with, obviously, both of you because I think I have probably 2 friends that went for Empower Your Dreams, and it was just a really great thing seeing them in all these suits and these dresses and all that, and you know, being able to meet with professionals who also started probably with these competitions, and I feel like it's a good thing. So I want to know what's next for both of you, with Talesha with the business and with you being able to work there and working with students and all of the competitions that's coming up. So what's next?
Yeah, I can start. So as for the competition, unfortunately I'm not doing Great Ideas this year. just kind of was a decision from my husband and I, feeling like, you know what, I've created this business so far, and I just need to keep putting more time and effort into that. So speaking of my business cadet, I'm really trying to develop it. So right now I'm kind of focusing on just building an audience before I launch a product. I'm actually doing kind of a one-on-one class with Paul Wilson next semester, and so we're going to develop even further. So I'm really excited about that. And then yeah, it's something that I actually do want to pursue, potentially doing a master's program somewhere after school. The University of Utah has a business creation master's program, and so you take an existing business you have and they just develop it even further. So I was like, wait, that is exactly what I want to do. So yeah, lots of options for me, but definitely still on that entrepreneurial journey. So I'm excited to see where it takes me.
Okay.
Man, super cool. I hope to see it, on Amazon in
Yes,
a couple months.
That
That's
is
be,
the goal. So
that'll be
yeah.
so sweet. I'll buy one.
Yes.
I'll buy one.
Thank
Future
you.
kids will
Thank
definitely
you.
get 5-pack. So. Well, for me, our main goal currently at the Willis Center is just expanding it out to more students. Most students don't really know much about it, is from what we learned. We had to do a survey a couple weeks ago where we went and interviewed 300 students.
Wow.
Yeah, pretty big survey.
Yeah.
And we asked them questions about what they know about the Great Ideas, what they know about the Willis Center, and most of them said they don't know much about it. And so we're just trying to expand our reach currently, expand our marketing so that people get more aware of it. And we're definitely going to be trying to do that with Empower Your Dreams, because Great Ideas is almost over. We only have a couple more weeks left before the competition ends. And so with Empower Your Dreams, it is a bit more technical, but we have more time to expand the reach out to the students. And we'll see how that goes. Hopefully more people join. What was interesting is most students said the reason they wouldn't join is because lack of time. And it goes back to that thing where it's like, it's not lack of time, it's more so a lack of priorities. They probably don't see it as applying to themselves or their major. If you're an art major or a peace building major, you're like, business competition, this isn't, related to me. I don't need to be a part of this. But it's like, look, it is an amazing experience. It'd probably do just as much good as some of the classes they're taking. It'll be a huge help to them. It'll be a huge boost to their just skill set in general. So
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like what you said, it's, being able to prioritize stuff. And I remember having listened to a very good businessman, I would say. His name is Richie Norton. I feel like you guys know him.
Yeah, he came to the school last semester.
Yeah, he did.
and spoke. Have a couple signed books by him.
Yeah. He's really, I feel like he said to start that, I feel like, quote, like stupid thing, like in your head. It's not really stupid, You just feel like it's stupid because, you're not really, you don't want to start it. But it's actually a good idea. And I feel like what you said, like, they just have to start. And, it takes off.
get that momentum.
Yeah.
Okay. But thank you so much, Jonah and Talesha, for being here with us on our podcast. And we also have been informed and inspired to, be able to see how the competition goes for both ways. So thank you again for being here.
Yeah. And for our listeners who have been with us until this very moment, thank you. Don't forget to share this week's episode with your friends and family. These are your hosts, Pim and Myco.
Myco.
See you next week.